We begin with today's lead story. There is a major shift in high-skilled immigration as US government data shows H-1B visas approved for Indian-based companies have plunged, while American tech giants now dominate new H-1B recruitment, marking a significant shift in the way high-skilled foreign workers are entering the United States. The National Foundation for American Policy, or NAFP, analysed US government data and found that only 3 Indian companies, namely Tata Consultancy Services, LTI Mindtree and HCL America, remain in the top 25 employers for new H-1B approvals in the fiscal year 2025. The report notes that Indian IT firms, which once dominated H-1B sponsorship, are now using very few new visas. Instead, US tech giants like Amazon, Meta, Microsoft and Google are now driving most of the new applications. According to the NFAP, the top 7 Indian-based companies received just 4,573 H-1B approvals for initial employment in the 2025 financial year. That is a 70% drop since 2015 and a 37% fall from last year. The majority of employers still sponsor only a handful of H-1B workers. In 2025, 61% were approved for only one petition, and over 72% of all new H-1B approvals went to companies with 100 or fewer new hires. The report also notes that job transfers are frequent, with more than 68,000 petitions approved for workers moving between employers in the US this year. However, denial rates remain low, with only 2.8% for initial employment in 2025, which is far below the 24% peak during Trump's first term. The Trump administration has introduced a $100,000 fee for new H-1B petitions. The policy, however, faces court challenges, with business groups arguing it could damage US competitiveness. The H-1B debate has intensified during President Donald Trump's second term, even as his administration defends the need for high-skilled foreign workers to support US industries. Trump's political base insists that foreign workers undercut American jobs. In fact, Trump has publicly pushed back against criticism from his own MAGA supporters over the use of H-1B workers. Speaking at the US-Saudi Investment Forum, Trump said America's new chip factories cannot operate without high-skilled foreign talent, and that these workers are essential to train the US workforce in advanced manufacturing. Let's listen in.
You're building plants that make things that are very detailed, and you have to have great knowledge. And you're coming here and you find if we don't have people that did that before, we are allowing you, and I may take a little heat. I always take a little heat from my people, the people that love me and the people that I love. They happen to be toward the right of center, toward the right. Sometimes they're way right. But if you have to bring people to get those plants opened, we want you to do that, and we want those people to teach our people how to make computer chips and how to make other things.
As scrutiny on employment-based visas increases, Indian professionals are rapidly shifting towards EB-1A and EB-2 national interest waiver green cards. The US CIS received over 7,300 EB-1A petitions in the first quarter of 2025. That's a 56% jump from the previous quarter. Law firms also report growing interest from Indian nationals seeking these routes for faster processing and greater security amid tech layoffs. Experts say many are trying to avoid relying on employer-based visas given policy uncertainty and backlog. The new numbers reveal a broader shift in America's high-skilled immigration landscape, where US companies are now leading H-1B hiring and more Indian professionals are turning to alternative pathways as policies tighten.
They promised glory. They delivered fear. They shaped nations. They scarred generations. From brutal purges to propaganda machines, from stolen power to violent falls from the throne. Welcome to The Dictator, a series that strips away the myth and then exposes the men behind the tyranny. History remembers their power. Firstpost reveals their truth.